people don't want me to talk about this.
I don't care what they does Robert Barnes get paid by Trump? What are we doing out here? If you get paid by Trump, then you can't talk against Trump. I'm out here for the country. I'm gonna have to watch my lane. I don't give a damn about Donald Trump. That doesn't mean I'm not grateful for Donald Trump, and doesn't mean I'm against Donald Trump. But don't come to me and say you shouldn't say that about Donald Trump because you want Donald Trump to win. I want our country to win.
Middle MAGA.
I should be running on Operation Warp Speed. I should be running on the vaccine. And that's why he's highlighting that issue and contrasting himself with Robert Kennedy, saying, look at the difference between me and Kennedy on vaccines. Look at the difference between me and Kennedy on the vaccine issue. I mean, the one you don't talk about house, you don't talk about rope in a house where there's been a hanging. It's an old cracker phrase, Southern phrase. And Trump talking about the vaccine as it relates to RFK helps RFK, doesn't help Trump. But he really believes it helps him. He believes it's a key winning issue. And he's planning on promoting it even more.
He's already doing it. Here's the RFK on with Bill Maher. And this is through Erin Elizabeth, who I'm a big supporter of. But she's a big RFK supporter. And I'll be honest with everybody right now, breaking news, Jordan Lott. Shout out to Jordan Lott if you happen to see this, bro. Because I was telling you I was questionable on RFK. I will say this. I am more likely to vote for RFK right now than Donald Trump. Who would have thought I would ever have said that? Well, why would I vote for Donald Trump over RFK at this point? They're both authoritarian. So my problem with RFK being authoritarian is so is Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is terrible on the pandemic. This is the number one issue of our lifetime, of my lifetime, is the pandemic. Number one issue. I mean, the Federal Reserve is up there too, but I think they're kind of intertwined, believe it or not. RFK is better on it. He doesn't have solutions, but Donald Trump is promoting Operation Warp Speed. So there's no question that I am more likely to vote for RFK. I still don't think I'd probably more likely write in somebody else. But when you compare Trump to RFK, it's not even. I mean, I'm RFK now. Watch RFK Jr. Erin Elizabeth tweets drop that truth bomb on Bill Maher. People who got the thing, I'm just paraphrasing, had a 23% higher unlive rate from all causes at the end of that study. And that's just the beginning. She says, please say yes if you can see it below because she wants to get engagement to get up there.
All right. So, but your vice presidential pick wants to recall the Moderna vaccine. That's the one I got.
She's not going to.
Bill wasn't laughing. Everybody started. That was awkward.
Well, do you agree with that? Recall it.
I think I think those vaccines we need to have, again, true double-blind placebo-controlled trials on that. There's 25% of Americans who believe that they know somebody who was killed by a vaccine. Killed. 25% of Americans, 52% of Americans believe that the vaccines are causing injuries, including death. 52%. If you look at the clinical trial studies, the actual studies that were done that were released of the Pfizer vaccine, Moderna has not released it. If you look at the Pfizer vaccine, there were 22,000 people in the placebo group, 22,000 people who got the actual vaccine. And the people who got the vaccine had a 23% higher death rate from all causes at the end of that study.
But that could not be the disease itself?
No, well,
because we know that
if it is, then the vaccine doesn't work, does it?
CBS Health Watch, sponsored by Pfizer. Anderson.
Yeah, listen up.
Making him say stupid things that can possibly cost him the presidency if he keeps it up, because nobody likes that stupid jab, and to keep touting it as a success, and not just Operation Warp Speed to play devil's advocate or to steelman it. It's not just devil's advocate. It's not just Operation Warp Speed. He thinks that was a success. And
a great success, his greatest achievement. I mean, and he won't, when people in his family, people in his political camp have told him that's not the case, told him to look at the Brooke Jackson case, he's refused. In fact, he gets angry at them. And I know that Trump people don't want me to talk about this.
I don't care what they. Does Robert Barnes get paid by Trump? What are we doing out here? If you get paid by Trump, then you can't talk against Trump. I'm out here for the country. I'm gonna have to watch my lane. I don't give a damn about Donald Trump. That doesn't mean I'm not grateful for Donald Trump, and doesn't mean I'm against Donald Trump. But don't come to me and say you shouldn't say that about Donald Trump because you want Donald Trump to win. I want our country to win. And this buffoon is still promoting Operation Warp Speed. And nobody has a defense of that. All they say is just stop talking about it. To hell I will.
That there are people in Trump's camp who want you to know that Trump is Jesus. He's perfect and he's never made any mistakes.
Nah, I'm not going to go with that. I'm not going with that. That's for damn sure. Here's Truth Social. Donald Trump says, I actually watched first time in a long time, ratings challenged. See, people like that about Trump because he'll come out with the fire like that. I like that too. Don't get me wrong, but this is fire coming with some very bad stuff as well behind it. I actually watched for the first time in a very long time, ratings channeled, I'm going to be paraphrasing, challenged Bill Maher's really boring interview with RFK Jr. last night, only to find that Jr. is far more liberal than Maher, and in fact, far more liberal than anyone running as a Democrat, including West and Stein and Jill Stein. Yes, despite this, he has no hope as a Democrat because they were able to use their typically fascist tactics of repression and throw him out of the party like a dog because he was taking primary votes away from the worst president in the history of our country. Let me pause there. That's the first time I've ever heard Donald Trump mention Cornel West. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The fascistic tactics. He's talking about the Democratic Party using fascistic tactics while he's propping up Operation Warp Speed. Because he was taking primary votes away from the worst president in the history of our country, crooked Joe Biden. So now Junior's a so-called independent, but he's not. He's a radical left lunatic, but trying to have it all ways. He said that no vaccine is safe and effective. And then said, I would never say that. I'm not anti-V. Where did that come from? Maher defended the V, which Junior actually seemed to agree with. Wow. And then told him that his poll numbers have crashed. No Republican can vote for this guy. MAGA 2024. Just a brutally bad post showing you that Donald Trump is not where we need him to be.
Middle MAGA.